get some explanation for that. We have none. Don't worry. Continue your program. Oh boy, it's really something super fantastic here. You couldn't ever imagine this. Roger. We know about that. Could you go the other way? Go back the other way.
Good evening, everyone. I welcome you to the world's biggest digital space conference this year, organized by SDNx and Helium Learning Labs. My name is Sakshi, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Space Development Nexus and your host for today. This year's theme, the role of space education and research in emerging nations, was adopted to put a spotlight on the space activities in emerging nations and empower them further. We expect that through this summit, the students and young space professionals can get guidance with their education and career. SGAC Foundation was established in the year 2013 with the purpose of making space accessible to everyone through its initiatives and educational projects supported by Space Research and Development. Helium Learning Labs, who are our organizing partner, are an edtech company that aims to establish a world-class digital space school to fill the gap between space education and the space industry, to train students for the future of space workforce. Now, introducing our speaker for today, Mr. Antonio holds a MSc in Aerospace Engineering and a Ph.D. in Industrial Engineering awarded by University of Napoli, Federico II, Italy. His main areas of research are aerospace system, remote sensing, and autonomous systems. During his career, he joined Fraunhofer FHR as visiting research student and served as Cranfield Defense and Security at Postdoc Research Fellow in Navigation and Guidance. After the academic experience, he worked in the field of autonomous driving at Stellantis and now deals with urban air mobility. Antonio also supported Cranfield Defense and Security as visiting researcher and was the rapporteur in the Highly Integrated Distributed Systems session at IAC 2018. His keen interest in the space sector led Antonio to SGAC in 2015. He was then involved in the organization of several events and webinars at local and international level. Antonio serves now as SGAC National Point of Contact for Italy together with Aureliano Rivolta. Today, Antonio will talk about his journey with Space Generation Advisory Council and how people can get more involved and the events that he has held in Italy with SGAC. Thank you, Antonio, for joining us today. We are so glad to have you here. Please go ahead and introduce yourself to your audience and start with your presentation.
Yes, so super. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure for me to be here, and really I appreciate this opportunity today. Given the broad topic of the Global Space Summit, I will speak about the role of the Space Generation Advisory Council to support space education and research in emerging countries, and I will go soon to the presentation. So just 1 second that I will start sharing my screen, and then we can start about this discussion. So I ask you if you could see my screen. And
yes, we can.
guess okay, super. So here we go. So first of all, just start with what is a Space Generation Advisory Council, SGAC. So SGAC is a global non-governmental and non-profit organization, but is also a network of people which aims at representing the students and young space professional from 18 years old to 35 years old to the United Nations, space agencies, industry, and academia too. So SGSE was conceived in 1999, so more than 20 years ago, at the third UN conference on the exploration and peaceful uses of outer space. And it was conceived to create within the framework of the Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space a consultative mechanism to facilitate the continued participation of young people from all over the world, especially young people from developing countries and young women in cooperative space-related activities. This is very important, and I think this is strictly related to also the topic of this summit. So what do we do in Space Generation Advisory Council? We want to create a global volunteer base of students and young professionals in the space sector. So this is mainly about the space sector, but all these people, all these students, all these young professionals, they have a passion to make a difference in the space sector and a commitment to action. They are very proactive, and we support them, and we connect them to other peers, to top space professionals from different organizations. And also, how importantly, we want to give to the next generation of space people the opportunity to have their voice heard in the global space policy context. So we have members all over the world, and our organization reflects the UN division. So we have 6 regions: Africa, Asia Pacific, Europe, Middle East, North America, and Central and Caribbean, and South America. So 6 regions. We have members in 168 countries, and overall more than 15,000 members. And all our activities are balanced among all these regions, because we believe that every region should have the very same opportunities. SGSE is based and is built on 5 main pillars: the events, the project groups, the professional development, scholarship, and UN-related activities. I will go through all of them, and we can start with the events. So the events are really on different scales. We have international events that are worldwide, then regional for each one of the regions that I have presented earlier. Then we have local events and online events. So the biggest international events that we have are the following. First of all, there is the Space Generation Fusion Forum, the SGFF, and this forum is held in conjunction with a Space Symposium. So it selects a group of 75 delegates, and we have delegates from more than 15 different countries. We offer them also scholarships and also to people from emerging countries. So there is really the high chance to get involved in key space discussion, career topic, also to be involved with international space leaders, and also the possibility to just be involved in networking events. This is done in person in Colorado Springs, but in 2020, due to the COVID pandemic, we have had this SpaceGen Summit, which was an event online, and it meant that with this kind of event online, we were able to overcome also the problem of people moving and the cost of travels. So having this kind of event online, it also meant having a broader diversity, and also granting to more people the access to such an event. Oh, and by the way, this event is in general held at the end of August, so this year we are quite close to it too. Then there is the Space Generation Congress, the SGC. So the SGC is held in conjunction with the ISC, the International Astronautical Congress. And to this event, which this year will be in Dubai, we bring more than 150 delegates from more than 50 countries. So again, this is a very big opportunity from people, for people from all the regions to come together. And we also offer more than 75 scholarships and awards to help people also from emerging countries to travel, to come together, to be involved in working group topics on key issues from the space industry, and to get in touch with subject matter experts from the space agency, academia, and industry. Again, in 2020, due to COVID pandemic, this event was shifted to the online version, and it was the SGU SpaceGen United, and it really had many people joining. It was really a success, and it helped a lot to have people from all regions. Then there is also the SGX, which is an event which is held in conjunction with the satellite show in Washington, D.C. It is an event which is focused on technology, and it selects a group of more than 200 delegates. So really, again, this is a very fast-paced event, and it has discussions on cutting-edge space topics. So yeah, with SGX, we close the chapter of international events, but then we also move to the regional and local events. So on regional level, we have the Space Generation Workshop, SGWs, which are regional to the workshops. I've just attended, for example, the one in Europe, which was headlined by Spain this year, and the focus is on regional space issues. Also, with this, you have the chance to come together with people from your specific region and discuss the possible development of your region space issues within the upcoming years, and also to just start understanding a projection of those activities in the future. But more importantly, you have the chance to discuss about the cooperation among the countries and the people in the region. This is particularly important, I think, because it really it helps to shape the activities of the region. And recently there are also chances to have a couple of delegates from other regions just to understand a bit better of what's going on, and so on and so forth. So again, this is quite important opportunity also to just emerging countries to discuss and be strong together. Then there are the country events that they are one-day events, and they focus on the country space issues. So in my case, I will organize events that are SG Italy. But overall, it is important to understand that on country level, if you want to organize an SGAC event, you can do it. There are some guidelines to be respected, but really you also have the chance to propose, have ideas, and bring forward these ideas to make an SGAC event. Then we have also partner and endorsed events, and they are events that are organized with other entities, and that there are also sometimes some opportunities to have a parallel track in in existing events. And just more important, in 2020 and also during the first part of this year and still going on, there was a very strong reaction to the pandemic with the organization of more than 120 webinars with more than 12,000 attendees. So all the webinars were free, and with these webinars we were able to avoid stopping bringing space together. We had everything online, but we were able to reach out to more people, and that was especially important to again to overcome the gap that could have been caused by the COVID, and was also a way to show that so everyone can access to space activities, and everyone can organize a webinar. Then the second pillar is the project groups, and at the moment, so in this slide we have 10, but it is very recent announcement. We've had also the 11th project groups on diversity and gender equality. So at the moment we have 11, and really in the project groups we tackle all the aspects, all the facets of space, and also it is very important because everyone can get involved, everyone can propose his or her own idea, and getting involved in projects we are cutting edge or very important. I myself I'm involved in 2 project groups and young commercial space and small satellites, and believe me, this is a very rewarding experience, and I've been able to meet people from all regions, also emerging countries, and they have plenty of brilliant ideas. 10 scholarships. So every year we have about 150 scholarships. In the previous year, due to the COVID pandemic, we have had just a smaller amount, but we have started this year with increased pace, and that's also why many companies, many space entities, they are trusting us, and they are supporting us in granting scholarships. So here there is a small video about his scholarships. I will play it. It's just 1 minute.
And I'm honored to be one of the 5 recipients of this year's Space Generation Leadership Award. Every year I look forward to the Space Generation Congress and the International Astronautical Congress, as they mark my favorite 1.5 weeks of the year. These 2 events have become a yearly occasion to boost my energies and motivation to do better and to engage more with those around the world who are also passionate about space. What makes it so special for me are not only the great discussions and knowledge that I can gain during these 2 events, but also and especially all the people that I can meet there. I really want to thank the SGAC for granting me this award and for giving me the opportunity to inspire and get inspired by others during these 2 wonderful events.
So yeah, as you can see, this was one of the scholarship, but again, please check the website, because at the moment there are many opportunities on for just people from all regions to join this SGC event, the SGFF, and there are also some competition. So also big thanks to our sponsors that how us to keep these high standards. Also, there is this project which is special for youth, which is a collaboration between the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs and SGAC, and it was proposed in the context of supporting the first priority of the UN youth strategy, which is the engagement and participation and advocacy to amplify youth voices for the promotion of peaceful, just, and sustainable world. And then also the other pillar is the professional development. We have a lot of vacancies which are volunteering opportunities, and in some cases also fully paid opportunities. And with these vacancies, which are open to everyone, there is the opportunity to complement the skills with other kind of soft skills, just for example, being even manager, being able to just cope with the promotion, being able to cope with budget, all those skills, and also the opportunity to create a strong relationship with other people involved in events and in the organization itself. It's something really valuable. And again, every 3 months we have vacancies, so please, if you're interested, just check the website, and there will be many in each region and at international level. So it's really open to everyone. Also, we have partners that they work with us to support and make improvements in our events and activities, and they make our events possible. So again, a big heartfelt thanks to them. And also we have a mentoring program. So people applying as mentee, they have the chance to get in touch with a specific professional, and we hope that all the members from all the countries, especially emerging countries, they will be able to receive support and guidance to advance in their career. And then we also have, as final pillar, the UN-related activities. So SGAC is a permanent observer at the at the United Nations Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space. We also have a consultative status at the UN Economic and Social Committee representative. And what we do is we present the outcomes of all of our conference and project at the scientific and technical subcommittee of COPWAS, to the legal subcommittee of COPWAS, and to the COPWAS General Assembly. Here there is also a video of our former executive director explaining our work at the UN. So yeah, quickly go into that.
Hi, my name is Clementine de Koopman. I am the Executive Director of the Space Generation Advisory Council. We are here in Vienna at the Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space. One of the mandates of SGAC was set 20 years ago, and it is to employ the creativity and vigor of the youth in advancing humanity through the peaceful uses of outer space. So one of the ways we represent your voice at the United Nations is by presenting reports at the Scientific and Technical Subcommittee, the Legal Subcommittee, and the General Assembly of COPWAS, and by presenting the outcome of your working group or recommendations or giving an update on our project group activity. We continue our mission to represent the voice of the next generation at the United Nations.
So yeah, she said better than I did, but yes, finally we also present our point of view and our ideas and suggestions to the committee. And then finally, to close this presentation, why becoming a member of Space Generation Advisory Council? Well, just first of all, it's free, so you don't have to pay anything. You have just to have the good will and subscribe. But also, well, you will have your say in today's top space issues. You will have access to scholarship. You will have network and access to even potential employers. You will just build other skills with the projects in which you will be involved, and you again will connect with the current and future space leaders at international level. And if I can add something that is not written here, and from my experience, eventually SGAC will become a family, a very proud family from all over the world, and it is really an experience that you don't want to miss. And so how to become a member, just register on the web page. To be informed, just subscribe to the mailing list or the Slack channel, or contact the NPoC. In case of Italy, I am one of the two NPoCs, and just be involved, have a proactive attitude, and just attend events and apply for scholarships. So here, join the Space Gen community. Again, that's truly an amazing experience. So thank you, and this was all on my side. Thanks again. And if you have any questions, please feel free.
Thank you, Mr. Antonio. Thank you for the wonderful insights. It was a very insightful presentation. Thank you for telling us more about Space Generation Advisory Council. I'm just going to go ahead and ask you a few questions, and then we have one question from the audience as well. So I just wanted to ask you that can you elaborate on the projects that students and young professionals can get involved with SGSE, and like what are the benefits of getting involved in these projects?
Okay, so first of all, there are the projects. As you've seen, there are the project groups, and they cover a rather broad just part of this space. We're trying to cover all the many facets of space, and so even people who are not from an engineering background, they can get involved. So there is space, the space law, the commercial law, commercial space, then space medicine, just to say some. So people who have a specific interest in one of those topics, they can get in touch with the project group coordinators, and they can ask them, okay, is there at the moment any project that you are carrying on, and I would like to get involved in A, B, or C. And so this is one way. There is also one other way. So if you have one idea and you want to just explore the possibilities of his idea, you can just ask to the project group coordinators if this idea fits the scope of the project groups, and then eventually you will be able to have a call for team that can just that can support on it, and eventually there might be also chance to present it at conferences or space symposia. Also, yeah, just in my case, I'm involved in the small satellites, and I'm working on a project about the AI in space. So again, this is so the projects that I've seen so far, they're really cutting edge, and so it is very interesting. But also, beside the projects, we have also the events. So the events are somehow projects per se, in the sense that you have as final aim to organize one event, and in that you can also contribute with management skills. For example, in my case, at the moment, I'm involved in Italy with the third edition of the Italian Space Startup competition, and so I'm part of bigger team, and and in this case, we have people who deal with the sponsors, people who deal with the media plan, people who deal with just delegates. So again, this is a project per se, in the sense that we want to deliver one event, but overall, again, this is something that we can get involved into.
Great. And do you think that collaboration, the products between emerging and developed nations can benefit emerging nations? Has SGSE, attempted something like that? Just to, I think there you mentioned that there are scholarships as well for emerging nations or students from emerging nations.
Yeah. So definitely. So as I said at the beginning, one of the scopes of SGSE and its foundation was also to have a special eye on emerging countries and emerging, and people and professionals from emerging countries. So I do really believe that at the moment, all the projects, all the scholarships, they are really aimed at having a balance to support diversity and equal opportunities as well. Also, as I said, with this mentorship program, there is the chance to get in touch with professionals from other regions too. So this is also a way to speed up some processes to offer other opportunities. Also, in general, when there are these big events, there is the chance to just get in touch with the kind of many sponsors, and so eventually there might be, just by chatting with some people, opportunities to then go on and create other just opportunities also for emerging countries. So definitely, I believe that with these activities, Space Generation is supporting it, and also again, this is one of our core values, just to have also them supported. So yes, I think eventually the answer is yes.
And just talking about the Italian space industry as well, how do you think it has developed in the last few years with the new space age emerging as well, with so much happening with SpaceX and now the Virgin Galactic project as well. So any new space startups that you are excited about, or how is the industry there right now?
Okay, yeah. So the Italian space sector has so it's just going on fast, and of course we also have been quite heavily involved in the new space sector. So one of the core paradigms of the new space is the startups, And at the moment, we have had also a quite broad development of startups, and some of them are small, while others are a bit bigger, but of course we have also so we are keeping the pace, and there is also one important point that also the space agency, Italian space agency, is supporting it, so that's rather important. Of course, we also have just many companies from the old space environment, but still they're very strong, and it's good to have this kind of mixed environment in which both parties can benefit from each other. But also there are many funding activities for startups. So really, we are in the new space economy, and as SpaceGen member, I could recognize it because as I was saying before, with the Italian space startup competition, we are seeing that there are many students and young professionals that have many brilliant ideas, and they really want to get more and more involved in space. So also we are trying to foster the space education in the university with side projects, because eventually this will be important also to be able to get in touch with this business environment at the moment.
No, definitely. I think space education is a very big part of the space industry right now. And just moving on to the last question from my side, and then one question from the audience. What career advice would you like to give to students and young professionals watching your session today who wants to be in the space industry?
Okay, so yeah, first of all, I would say that being proactive, being really willing to getting involved is highly important. So I myself, I was quite shy guy, but eventually so just fulfilling this the objective to just be involved in space was one dream, and being proactive, getting involved with SpaceGen or in general with space-related project is quite important. So really, one of the advices is be proactive, and also try to get the best from the connection that we have. Also, studying is very important. It is of paramount importance, and if you have the chance to complement the study with some other experiences, like a startup competition, internship, or other opportunities, just take them, because eventually they will make you a better person to cope with this high pace of space.
Definitely. I couldn't agree with you more. And just the last question that we have from our audience is for SGSC as well. So,
Yeah.
are there any certain criteria that anyone needs to fulfill to get accepted, for the vacancies in the SGSC? Like, yeah, whatever vacancies they have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Basically, SGSC has as only criteria that one person is among 18 and 35 years old. Of course, there might be some specific criteria for some kind of events. Imagine that there is a vacancy which is just being treasurer, then there might be some specific criteria. Overall, yeah, so in each vacancy there is a set of criteria, and also one important thing is the motivation. So imagine that you have all the criteria, but you don't have much motivation. You're just applying for the sake of it. Then it might not make a good fit. While if you show the commitment, if you show that you care about the position and that you are relatable, you can be trusted, and so on and so forth, then there might be higher chances. So all in all, it's a balance of many aspects. And one thing also is that so in my case, I can also tell that I have applied to some vacancies, and eventually I wasn't accepted at the first times. But then again, they provided me with the right motivation, and then I just I understood, I improved, I also was more proactive, and then the opportunities they came. So at the moment I'm NPoC. I have organized 5 events, and I've also taken part to some other events. So again, don't get discouraged if just once or twice it fails, because it's part of every kind of process. But then again, be proactive, and yeah, I think being proactive is one of the most important skills to have at the moment, because there are so many people that want to be there, and so it's important just to show it too.
Thank you so much, Mr. Antonio. I'm sure a lot of students and audience who are watching this session would go ahead and join SGSE. If you have any questions for Mr. Antonio, you can connect with him on LinkedIn or any another platform. Yeah, I think this is it for the session. It was so wonderful to have you here, Mr. Antonio.
And I'm glad that you invited me, and it was a super summit. So well done, and thanks again.
Thank you so much. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.